Good day, YouTube. If it wasn't apparent from the video's title, we're taking up 6-star Shocker to rank 4. And guys, this dude is a powerhouse. I think he's, in my opinion, I think he's built for like shorter fights, but he can do some damage in longer fights like in Labyrinth and the Abyss. He just got a little bit of a ramp up, but this dude got some serious damage. And if you notice, I haven't awakened him, because in my opinion, I don't think he really needs to be awakened. And look at that damage, 60k crit. Wow. I don't think he really needs to be awakened, but we'll get back into that. He has concussion immunity, top 30 prestige, auto block ability. He doesn't crit, so he's good for Korg, and he has armor penetration, and we'll dig into that in a second. So yeah, I didn't awaken him because in my opinion, his awaken ability is nice, but it's not really necessary. It's whenever Shocker is stunned or the opponent gains their prowess, gain 3 Bible shock charges. You gain them quite easily in my opinion. And Shocker's first special 1 attack and the fight costs 10% to 100% less power. That's nice, but again, not really needed in my opinion. But I decided to go in here against Winter Soldier because Winter Soldier is kind of a beast. And the great thing about Shocker's SP1, you gain 25 Bible shock charges. And at 50, when you have 50 or more Bible shock charges, you become passively unblockable when you dash in. As you can see, like there's nothing Winter Soldier can do. And the great thing about those Bible shock charges is you auto block at 50 as well. So if you notice, I'm auto blocking whenever he throws, especially, so I can fight this fight as reckless as I want because I know I have 50 charges and I'm just going to auto block any of it. I don't think in this fight I lost my combo at all. Now, there is a strategy to playing him. The thing with the Bible shock charges is you only can get 100 unless you throw the SP3. The SP3 gets you up to 150 Bible shock charges. And my strategy for playing him, I usually throw a few SP1s and then I build up to an SP3 so I can get 150 Bible shock charges. And the great thing about the SP3 is you gain an energy passive, meaning you will gain 100% energy passive until the next time Shocker reaches a bar of power. And the great thing about that energy passive doesn't go away until you use the SP2 or until you gain 2 bars of power. And to me, I think that's kind of a broken ability. So you can continue to spam the SP1 because you're just going to gain that power back. Like in this fight, I'm just going to keep spamming the SP1 until I get 150, like, because it's so easy to gain power. It's not it's like I can dash in, he can't stop me from dashing in, and I'm just going to auto block whatever he does decide to throw his special. The only downside is I lose Bible shock charges every time I break into his block because I'm unblockable, or I auto block, but it's not a lot. I can always gain it back with the SP1 because we gain 25. And the great thing, I do eventually, I'm gonna say this now, I do eventually throw my SP2. Do not feel like I'm gonna be just sitting here sparing my SP1 off fight, because that's not the case. I just wanted to get to 150 because I wanted to show you the insane damage you can do. And the great thing about his SP2, the final hit has a 550 physical vulnerability passive and a stun passive for 5 seconds plus 0.5 seconds per Bible charges. And I had 150. So watch this damage. 241,000 damage. So you know me, I had to go into the Labyrinth of Legends. I would have went into Abyss, but it would take too long to ramp up. This is why I don't think he's really built for like longer fights. I think he's definitely more of a shorter fight champion. He can go into longer fights in my opinion, but I don't think I would take him there. I would definitely just use him for shorter fights, because this dude, when you get the 150, this dude can do some damage, and I'm gonna do some damage to Red Hawk right now. So I throw my SP2. He's gonna be passively stunned. Thank the Lord that Labyrinth can't stop the passive stuns. And right now, let's see if we break the damage cap. And we don't. So we cannot break the damage cap with Shocker, unfortunately, but we know that he can definitely reach the damage cap and possibly exceed it if needed. If only Caban would take off the damage cap. Caban, please take it off. We don't need it. We do not need the damage cap right now, in my opinion. He does also have some interesting synergies. I don't really think he needs them, in my opinion. He has an interesting synergy with Ant-Man. I'll put it on the screen. And he also has another interesting synergy. It's blanking my mind right now. I'm not sure why it's blanking my mind in my opinion. But again, I don't think he really needs his synergies. He can do all this damage on his own. The other synergy I primarily run with him is the Stark Spider-Man synergy, which gives him shock debuffs. And you also can use, let's see, what else? I don't think he really needs them, in my opinion. I primarily run the Ant-Man synergy, and that basically is while unblockable, gain plus 25% attack rating. So that's nice. And just the Spider-Man synergy, which gives him shocks. But other than that, I don't really think he needs synergy. I think those two synergies are the synergies I primarily use. His damage is literally built into his kit, and the way he can end shorter fights is just insane. Like I might need to try to go for him in the next feature. I'm really excited. I mean, I want Sandman, don't get me wrong, but Shocker, that burst was not even burst damage, it's actual damage. And the fact that he doesn't crit, so he counters Korg. So that's a good thing. I think he may be one of the only tech champions that I can think of off the top of my head who doesn't crit. So that is a really good ability. So Korg will no longer be a problem. And right here, I think I wanted to end this whole fight right here because we can. Boom. To 120k crit. My goodness. Impressive. I do like this champion. I don't know if he's the best mutant counter in my opinion, but he's really a good champion. He's not metal, so he counters Magneto. That's good. And he does have cowardice, so he can counter Kitty. So that's also really good. So, but yeah, if you did like this video, please hit that like button. And for anyone new here, if you can hit that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. Y'all take care. Have a great and wonderful day.